Hello and welcome to PGTV News. Here are our top stories. Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed a spending plan. Find out how much it is and what it will cover.
United States Representative Darren Soto visits Polk County. Find out where he was and the purpose of his trip.
Hello and welcome to PGTV News. I'm Stephen Barnes.
And I am Tina Mann. Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed a $91.3 billion spending plan. Considered the largest spending plan in state history, the governor would like to increase school funding, improve water quality, and trim taxes. The state legislature will begin negotiating the 2019-2020 budget during the legislative session that starts March 5th. Governor DeSantis said the state is projected to have an additional $1 billion in general revenue taxes, which are a key source of money for schools and health programs. The proposed budget is larger because it includes federal and state money for responding to disasters such as Hurricane Michael and Hurricane Irma.
Necessary budget item, the hurricane response.
Absolutely, and he's talking about increasing teacher salaries, and hopefully we'll get some improvement in our schools.
Money, money, money! All right, well, United States Representative Darren Soto was recently in Winter Haven for a town hall. Representative Soto gave an overview of the Social Security 2100 Act and outlined a plan to keep Social Security solvent. The proposed legislation addressed concerns that aging baby boomers will deplete the Social Security Trust Fund. Representative Soto informed the crowd that many Social Security recipients will see a 25% reduction in benefits after 2034 without the passage of the bill. According to the Social Security Administration, about 63 million people received a total of $1 trillion in Social Security benefits last year, with an average monthly benefit of $1,413. In 10 years, the number of recipients is expected to jump to around 80 million. Yowza!
It's a lot of people. Luckily, I'm not one of those in 10 years.
That's crazy. $1 trillion for 63 million people. Just imagine 80 million people drawing Social Security benefits.
Right.
It's definitely going to take something.
Yes.
Something's got to change.
Yes, it sure does. In Lakeland, the Community and Economic Development team, along with several private developers, are developing a vision for downtown Lakeland. Within the vision, we could one day see new high-rises, parking garages, a sports complex for the Tropics soccer team, and even an elevated pedestrian walkway. Recently, Community and Economic Development Director Nicole Travis told Lakeland City Commissioners that her plan was created to start to encourage private investment in downtown. When you see this plan, this is long-term vision and planning. This is not something that has to happen tomorrow. There are plans for a 3,500-seat soccer stadium between Veterans Memorial Park and the RP Funding Center, with land available to expand the stadium with an additional 1,500 seats. The cost for the stadium, retail space, and resurfacing the parking lot would be about $8.5 million.
A little juggling act when you're trying to plan for stuff, because you've got to take into consideration what those new facilities might bring in revenue and how that would benefit the city. So certainly a lot to consider. In Auburndale, the City Commission voted to request from the state a change of land use designation on a 63-acre property at Denton Avenue and Moss Road. The property has a future land use designation of Regional Activity Center and is zoned as light industrial. The owners are seeking to have the designation changed to Tourism Commercial Center, which would allow construction of an RV park. Because of the project's size, such a change requires review by the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. The property is adjacent to the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex and the USA Water Ski and Wake Sport Foundation's proposed wake sports complex. I can certainly see why they would want to be able to add in something like an RV park in that area.
Right, because then those people are going to be interested in doing those same activities right next door.
You've got a lot of visitors that are coming down for extended stays, weeks and further, and an RV park would be an interesting draw for people to stick around, spend money in Polk County.
Absolutely, please do. In Haines City, a mural project called Haines City Wings is a community arts engagement program organized to breathe vitality and new life into neighborhoods and districts. The project started as an 8-mural arts experience, bringing vibrancy and enrichment to high-traffic areas and on walls tucked away in neighborhoods. City Manager Derek C. Fiacher said, "Through this project, we hope residents and guests visiting the community can connect with the heartbeat of Haines City."
I saw some of the images from the press release on this story. Boy, those artists are talented. That is some pretty amazing stuff.
It's always an awesome thing to have art installations. It just brings, as I said, it brings some vibrancy and life to.
Oh, and
to
I
the
can totally see
communities.
this as, like selfie spots and,
Totally.
take a picture with wings. The Florida Poly Administration and Faculty Union have reached an agreement on a collective bargaining agreement after 18 months of negotiation. This is the first formal agreement between the university and the faculty union. Provost and Executive Vice President of Florida Poly, Dr. Terry Parker, said, "We're very pleased with the outcome of this process. We now have a brand new agreement developed from scratch, and it received unanimous support from both sides." Dr. Richard Matai, who is an associate professor of mechanical engineering and president of the UFF Florida Poly chapter, said, "We believe that the acceptance of this agreement will have a major positive impact on the life of faculty at Florida Poly, and in doing so, it would be to the benefit of our students. That's the #1 goal for all of us."
18 months is a long time to negotiate.
It sure is. It sure is. Sometimes that's what it takes, though.
Well, it sounds like they finally reached an agreement that everybody likes. The campus of Florida Southern hosted a variety of speakers and musicians who visited and performed. Recently, a world-renowned international musician visited campus. Here's Sherry McCullough to tell us more.
Julian Gaudagiulo is a classical pianist from Naples, Italy. He has performed on many stages around the world, and recently he visited Florida Southern College, where he spoke to students and gave a concert. When we spoke with Julian, he first told us what he dislikes about the structure of a set program during his shows.
I will tell you a few things. One, there will be no program because I don't like programs. I think programs is like the first barrier between the performance and the audience because people get wrapped up in what's he doing? What's he doing next? What did he do? Whereas if they have nothing, they're like, they don't have a life raft, they don't have a lifesaver, they just have the performer. And the performer has to do it all. And so I am going to inform them.
Julian also spoke to us about the audience's perception of him and how he has adapted to it.
Of course, if I want to do anything and change the perception of classical music, people have to show up for the concert. And one difficulty that I ran in personally is that my name is quite difficult to pronounce, not the first name, which is Julian, but the last name. And I found that because of that, a lot of people would simply refer to me as pianist with the hair. Yeah, it was that the pianist with the hair, pianist with the hair. So I just simply changed my website to pianistwiththehair.com, and I'm referred to as the pianist with the hair. And so it's kind of easy. I'm Julian, but I'm the pianist with the hair.
Julian is artistic director of the Water Island Music Festival and of Getting to Carnegie, an annual competition that rotates between violin, cello, and voice, and in which the audience decides the winner. We asked Julian what advice that he could give to young aspiring musicians.
You shouldn't do it, you shouldn't go into it half-heartedly. But if it's something that you believe in and something that it's the only thing that you can do, that you want to do, then you absolutely have to do it. Don't listen to anybody. Follow your dream, follow what you want to do, because, at the end, I started out as a classical pianist. Like, tuxedo, come out, do, play, people clap, and I leave. And that's not where I've ended up. So follow what you want to do, and then, life will take you where it has to take you, but don't listen to other people. Follow what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's your life.
Well, it's always a treat when a famous musician comes to Florida Southern, especially one that's that recognizable.
Yeah, the pianist with the hair. I like that. Well, hey, we have to take a quick break right now, but when we return, we'll have sports with Neil Duncan.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
In your new role, we help you help. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
Welcome back to PGTV News. It is now time for sports. With Coach Neal.
Hey, thanks, guys. Well, the Detroit Tigers spring training is just around the corner, and tickets for all those games are available at the box office, online, or over the phone. But before the Tigers start, the 4th-ranked University of Louisville baseball team will open its 2019 season February 15th through the 17th with a 3-game series against the number 20th-ranked Yukon Huskies. The series will be played at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium, of course, the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers, and the Florida State League home of the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Tickets are just $10 for each game, and they're available at the Bay Care box office at Publix Field. For ticket information, please call 863-413-4140 or visit LakelandFlyingTigers.com. Sticking with college athletics, the Russ Matt Central Florida Baseball and Softball Invitationals will be back in Polk County starting February 15th. Softball games will be held in Winter Haven at Diamondplex Complex and will conclude around March 10th. Baseball games will be played in Auburndale at the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex and in Winter Haven at the Channel Lakes Complex. Those games will run through March 31st. In high school cheerleading, 8 teams from Polk County traveled to the O'Connell Center at the University of Florida last Thursday and Friday to represent Polk County in the FHSAA state cheerleading competition. Congratulations to Lakeland High School. They won the FHSA Class 2A Large Non-Tumbling Division Cheerleading State Championship this past Friday. Unfortunately, Fleming Island edged Bartow High School for the Large Co-Ed Division State Championship by less than 1 point, ending the Yellow Jackets state championship winning streak at 5. Bartow had won 5 straight state championships, unfortunately to come just a point shy. However, the state runner-up has qualified for the UCA National Championships at ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando this coming week. Of course, Lakeland will be there as well as with the state championship. Bartow will be there as a state runner-up. Congratulations to both and good luck to both squads. For more information on events going on in Polk County, go to visitcentralflorida.org. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the sports report, Neil, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in.
Remember to tune in again next week for another installment of PGTV News. We'll see you next time.